Ladies and gentlemen, the spirit of Mount Kenya is spreading to the rest of the country, at this point led by Kisii but not Embu. Now, why am I saying this? Recently, Raila Amolo Odinga was in Nyanza, in particular in Kisii, to go and do what we call the consultative meetings that he had been saying that he's going to do. So he organized a surprise visit to Kisii, where he met some leaders and actually to discuss on his way forward, especially after he had left AU. Now, this is what happened, and Raila Amolo Odinga was really surprised. In the attendance, there were no MPs from Gusii region, especially those from ODM, except only one I think I saw there. His name was Barongo. Now, as we speak today here, that was a great sign that Raila Amolo Odinga had ignored. Apart from just the Gusii MPs who were missing, even the governor from Nyamira was not present. We did not have any other top leader, even senator from Nyamira, who is a strong member of ODM, attending the meeting. Now, in that particular meeting, if it was to be a fully ODM meeting, especially leaders attending, Senator Richard Onyonka was supposed to be there. Clive Gisairo for Kitutu Masaba was supposed to be there. Many other MPs like Manduku was supposed to be there because this is an MP from ODM. And then we had Kibagendi, who was supposed also to be there, but he did not attend. So in a nutshell, we had so many bigwigs from Gusii region who did not attend this consultative meeting with Raila Amolo Odinga. In that meeting, Raila Amolo Odinga said so many things. But now today here, I want to look at on why, in particular, Raila Amolo Odinga was heckled in Gusii Stadium. In Gusii Stadium, Raila Amolo Odinga passed by. There was a sporting activity that was taking place. So he passed by with Kasamuel and then dropped there shortly to attend that function and probably address the people who are there. You know, politicians, they look at if there's a crowd, they always want to be there. So address the people who are there, especially the youths. But upon Raila Amolo Odinga arrival, he was heckled, he was booed, he was chased away from the Gusii Stadium, including Simbarati, the governor of Kisii County himself. On this video here, I want to take you through on why Raila Amolo Odinga is slowly getting serious rejection in the Gusii region. But before I take you through, please, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, can you make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Let me dive into the topic today. Why were the youths of Gusii County against Raila Amolo Odinga? Number one in the list is because of the sentiments that Raila Amolo Odinga just made recently while he was making his consultative meetings. When Raila Amolo Odinga was addressing the media, one journalist asked, what is the issue do you have? What do you have about Matiang'i is going to vie for presidency? Raila Amolo Odinga made a very reckless sentiment. One of them, he said that Matiang'i, with the Gusii community votes alone, he cannot win the presidency. He cannot go for the presidency. So he diminished us. He diminished the community seriously. The people who were there and the people entirely in Gusii were agitated because it was all over the media. And now Raila Amolo Odinga assumed that was wrong. Then he traveled over to Gusii Stadium. He got the wrath of what he did. Apart from that, Raila Amolo Odinga also actually even assumed that Matiang'i has not declared to vie for presidency, and that even Richard Onyonka's voice that Matiang'i is coming, he did not care about it. So that is what simply happened, and Raila Amolo Odinga walked away. Diminishing the people of Gusii at this point is one of the serious mistakes that you can do, because it is not just the Gusii community that is calling for Matiang'i. This is coming across from other communities. Raila Amolo Odinga simply said that our numbers are too small for presidency. And we know ourselves, the numbers can go even to 4 million. But now we ask ourselves, Raila Amolo Odinga himself, who has been on the forefront campaigning for 5 times, because of his huge numbers, why hasn't he been able to win? Now he's diminishing Matiang'i's numbers on the board. Now, let me proceed to the second reason. Raila Amolo Odinga handshake with William Ruto was one of the factors that Raila Amolo Odinga was heckled and chased away from Gusii Stadium. Why am I saying this? William Ruto's governance is hated across. People don't like him completely because of the type of governance. He could be doing roads, he could be doing studies that he has promised, he could be doing so many things. But there are few things that I feel strongly that are making William Ruto to be rejected, and as a result, Raila being with him is also rejected. Number one, it's the issue to do with abduction. Considering the people who were in Gusii Stadium, most of them were youths. They know William Ruto is one of the leading presidents in the country or in Africa who have presided over abductions within the country. So in a nutshell, abductions have occurred in William Ruto's regime, which is very wrong. And the people know him from there. So the youth of this country don't want anything to do with him completely. Apart from just abducting, people go there, some of them come out and say they get tortured seriously. Apart from getting tortured, these people, some of them end up getting killed. People with families, People who had young families, like there's a young man from Lolong who was removed from his bathroom, literally taken in front of the kid and the wife, then later on found in the mortuary. And many others like Denzel Omondi, who simply posted a picture of him at parliament buildings. So in a nutshell, abductions and killings are one of the three leading factors that are making people to completely hate President William Ruto. And now, as a result, Raila Amolo Odinga, being his friend, is also hated. So the handshake thing angered Kenyans across the country because Raila Amolo Odinga is associating himself, yet we are rejecting William Ruto. Apart from that, we also want to talk about one simple thing here. Raila Amolo Odinga has already been dubbed to be selfish. People are taking him like, now, the moment he goes into power, he benefits himself. He gets his friends the work, the job to do. I mean, his friends get appointments to the cabinet secretary positions, despite being incompetent. For instance, Ali Hassan Joho. When Raila Amolo Odinga had the opportunity, took Ali Hassan Joho in the name of an expert. Ever since he came into power, there's nothing he has done other than first attacking youths and also being what you call an incompetent governor, cabinet secretary in office, because there's nothing that has happened in mining. And from Mbadi himself, mining is one of the lowest foreign exchange earners in the country, despite being one of the most prestigious dockets or sectors, which should produce more foreign exchange than any other, than even tourism. So another thing I want to say here is that because of the issue to do with Onyonga. Onyonga is one of the most vocal leaders from Gusii region. If you ignore him, it's at your own risk. Right now, he's not just recognized in Gusii, he's recognized across the Gusii region, starting from even actually youths across the region, because he's the person who was really talking about Adani. And eventually Adani was true, it was corrupt, and they were cancelled. He's the person who has been talking many other scandals, including people who are being killed, allegedly killed, in one of the stadiums in Western Kenya. People chopped their heads off, according to Onyonga. So in a nutshell, people are listening to Onyonga, especially Gusii region. So if you enter to Gusii without Onyonga, you're done. Another thing I'll talk about here is the issue to do with hatred. Right now, Raila Amolo Odinga has received equal hatred with William Ruto. Raila Amolo Odinga is hated across. The moment he betrayed Gen Zs back in 2024 June, after the Gen Zs had called for change in governance, asked experts to be brought in government, asked corruption to reduce, asked William Ruto to ensure that there is no public expenditure, careless expenditure of public resources, and many other bad things. Raila Amolo Odinga ignored all that and simply joined the government to cool the temperatures and enable William Ruto to continue doing the same thing. Travels are all over, banning of the various things in the country like fundraising that William Ruto banned, they are still now continuing, and many other wrong things that we did not expect from William Ruto, especially after joining Raila Amolo Odinga. So in a nutshell, those are the few things that are leading to Raila Amolo Odinga getting rejected across the country, despite recently having a handshake with President William Ruto. And this is a serious sign. As we speak today, I also saw a certain clip in Kiambu, and I'm going to do an extensive video about it. People chanting Ruto must go. Right now, we're at a critical juncture where if there's something small that will happen, people will be in the streets and William Ruto will see fire. I want to ask the government here, literally, that just stop ignoring the common mwananchi. Deal with the common mwananchi and leave alone Raila and his team. That is simple. William Ruto, if you want to change this country, it can change without Raila Amolo Odinga. If you think Raila Amolo Odinga is sabotaging, no, you are sabotaging yourself. Let me see what is your opinion on the comment section. My name is Abel Mukwa. See you next time for more videos.